You can become one of these two humans in life. First, the humans who enter the room and speak hello have come to Evravan. These people are not asked much in the world and most of the stupids are made. Others are those humans who enter the room and all the people sitting in the room shout happily. It has come finally. These are the people whom everyone waits. Hopefully, after watching this video, you will join the second category people. Friends, in this video today we have a book of Lil Lounge skills. We will learn how to tell you how to get a response from a particular person. Second, what to do so that you never have to think while talking about what to say next. Third, when someone asks you, what do you do, what answer to give him. What to do so that you always have something interesting to speak about. When you do not have a mood to talk to a person and we think that he should keep his mouth shut, then how to talk to him. In what different way we say things so they start liking us. Seventh is the way to talk that special thing that people will understand that you are close to winning their friendship. So let's see these secret communication skills that very few people know. Then the question is, how do you talk to a particular person to get a response? For this, the author has given two ways. The first way is UG communication. If I ask you who is the most important person in your life, then you will name many people. You might say your sister, wife, or someone else, but the truth is, the most important person in most people's lives is themselves. If you talk to someone and speak in a way that mentions them, they will like you more. For example, if a girl tells you, I liked your suit, will you like this compliment more? Or if another girl says, I look very good in these clothes, which will you prefer? Obviously, we all will like the second comment more because it mentions us. Similarly, if someone says to you, this is a good question, and another person says, you have asked a very good question, you will like the second compliment more because it speaks directly about you. You can influence someone a lot by just changing the sentence a little bit. Many people do not like direct praise because they feel it is flattery. If the other person is in a good position, we can praise them in front of their best friends or relatives to influence them. For example, saying, Mr. Sharma is a good character person, he takes care of everyone. Now, when your target hears this praise through someone else, it will influence them more because most of the time, people speak ill behind others' backs. After hearing your goodness, the other person will also consider you good. This technique of UG communication is powerful because it taps into the fundamental human need for recognition and validation. When you make someone feel important, they are more likely to respond positively to you and your ideas. This is especially useful in professional settings where building rapport and trust is crucial. By acknowledging someone's contributions or qualities, you create a positive atmosphere that encourages collaboration and mutual respect. This can lead to more productive and harmonious working relationships. It's important to be genuine in your praise and to tailor your compliments to the individual. Generic or insincere compliments can have the opposite effect and may come across as manipulative. Take the time to observe and understand the person you are communicating with. Notice their strengths, achievements, and the things they value. When you highlight these aspects in your communication, it shows that you genuinely appreciate and respect them. This not only boosts their self-esteem but also strengthens your relationship with them. UG communication is not just about giving compliments. It's about creating a positive and supportive environment. It's about recognizing and celebrating the contributions of others, which in turn fosters a culture of mutual respect and cooperation. By mastering this technique, you can become a more effective communicator and leader. You can inspire and motivate others, build stronger relationships, and create a more positive and productive environment. So, the next time you communicate with someone, remember the power of UG communication. Make them feel important, acknowledge their contributions, and watch how it transforms your interactions and relationships. UG communication is a simple yet powerful tool that can make a significant difference in both your personal and professional life. Embrace it, practice it, and see the positive impact it can have on your relationships and overall well-being. Remember, everyone likes to feel valued and appreciated. By making others feel important, you not only enhance their lives, but also enrich your own. UG communication is a key to unlocking better relationships and a more fulfilling life. So, start today and make a conscious effort to communicate in a way that uplifts and empowers those around you. You'll be amazed at the positive changes it brings to your interactions and relationships. UG communication is not just a technique, it's a way of life that can lead to greater happiness and success for everyone involved. Next time, if you find yourself in this situation, the author has given us this technique called the parroting technique. This technique is designed to enhance communication and make conversations more engaging and meaningful. In this technique, we, like a parrot, have to repeat the last 3 words of another person with an expression. This simple act of repetition can make the other person feel heard and valued, fostering a deeper connection. Let's understand this from the example given in the book. The author provides a relatable scenario to illustrate how effective this technique can be in real-life situations. The author says, "I have a friend who always used to pick me up in her car from the airport. This friend was always punctual and considerate, making sure to be there whenever I arrived. I was so tired every time that I used to sleep in her car and she felt like a driver. This routine made her feel unappreciated and undervalued, as if her role was merely to transport me. But this time I learned a new technique. I decided to try the parroting technique to see if it could make a difference in our interaction. When she came to pick me up, she sat in the front seat of her car, expecting that I would sleep like every other time. She was prepared for the usual silent drive home, but I asked her, 'Where did you come from?' She said, 'The theater.' I repeated, 'The theater?' This simple repetition caught her attention and made her feel that I was genuinely interested in her activities. She said, 'Yes, it was a very good show.' Her face lit up as she started to share more about her experience. I replied, 'A good show?' By echoing her words, I encouraged her to elaborate further, showing that I was engaged in the conversation. She said, 'Yes, Stephen was in the show.' Her excitement grew as she mentioned a familiar name, making the conversation even more lively. I repeated, 'Stephen was in the show?' This repetition not only kept the conversation going but also made her feel that her words were important to me. The author says that she repeatedly repeated the last 3 words with emotion, and the conversation continued until the friend dropped the author at her house. This technique transformed what could have been a mundane drive into a meaningful and engaging interaction. The friend said, 'I loved talking to you today,' when the author did not know anything about the show. This simple technique made the friend feel appreciated and valued, highlighting the power of active listening and engagement in our daily conversations. The next technique suggests how to answer when someone asks you, "What do you do?" This question is often asked in professional settings, networking events, or even casual social gatherings. It's a common icebreaker, but how you respond can significantly impact the impression you leave on others. This technique advises against simply stating your job title, like saying, "I am an engineer," or "I am a psychoanalyst." While these titles are accurate, they don't convey much about who you are or what you do in a way that engages the listener. If we want people to show genuine interest in us, we should always add a small story or anecdote related to our profession. This not only makes the conversation more engaging, but also provides a glimpse into the impact of our work. For example, if a young mother asks you what you do, and you are a lawyer, instead of just saying, "I am a lawyer," you can elaborate. You might say, "I am a lawyer who has fought cases to ensure that mothers receive maternity leave during pregnancy so they can take full care of their health." This response not only tells her your profession, but also highlights your dedication and the positive impact of your work. By sharing this story, you create a connection and show that your work has real-world implications. It makes your profession relatable and interesting. Similarly, if a businessman asks you the same question, you can tailor your response to resonate with him. Instead of just saying, "I am a lawyer," you could say, "I am a lawyer who recently handled a case where an employee was dismissed for asking personal questions during a job interview." This not only tells him what you do, but also demonstrates your expertise and the relevance of your work in a business context. By adding these small stories, you make your profession come alive. You provide context and meaning, which helps people understand and appreciate what you do. It also opens up the conversation for further questions and deeper engagement. In this way, by adding a small story, people will show more interest in you. They will remember you not just as a lawyer, engineer, or psychoanalyst, but as someone who makes a difference in their field. This technique can transform a mundane introduction into a memorable and impactful conversation, leaving a lasting impression on those you meet. The next technique explains what we should do to always have something interesting to say. Suppose you are going to an important party. You select your best clothes, matching shoes, a matching tie, or lipstick, set your hair, and all these things are important because the first impression is made of these things. But what if, at the party, there is no topic for any conversation nearby? The author says, just as you don't wear the first dress lying in your wardrobe, you should never go to a party without a conversation topic. A conversation topic that people always like can be prepared by investing only 15 minutes before going to the party.